The 2026 World Cup is the ultimate chance for Portugal. It's the right mix at the perfect time. Add this to the results clicking too. The defending UEFA Nations League champions. A team full of superstars and the next generation ready to dominate football. But even with that, there's the big question, a question that's morphed into meaning more for a global superstar. Can Portugal win the 2026 World Cup? Will the Cristiano Ronaldo debate after the last World Cup edition continue to haunt him and the team? Against Armenia, they were incredible. They scored 5 goals, and the big talking point was 40-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo with a brace. We will get to the issues surrounding him and this Portugal team. But we've actually got to talk about Portugal as a unit. Joao Felix also bagged a brace. Joao Cancelo was on the score sheet. As a team, they're stacked. From the goalkeeping position, they have got Porto's Diogo Costa, who was very important in helping Portugal win the Nations League a couple of months back, especially with that penalty save against Álvaro Morata in the shootout. But he's not the only pair of safe hands in the team. There's José Sá from Wolves, Rui Silva from Sporting Lisbon, and a longtime member of the national team in Rui Patricio. A lot of options for Roberto Martinez to choose from. It's the same in defense too. Ruben Dias is the standout first choice at centre-back, but the pairing options alongside him are full of potential. Goncalo Inácio from Sporting Lisbon, Antonio Silva from Benfica, Villarreal's Renato Veiga, and Tomás Araujo are also options at centre-back. Move down to the full-back positions and there's one spot that stands out: left-back. In the last 12 months, Portugal's first-choice left-back has been the best in the world. Imagine getting Ballon d'Or shouts as a left-back. That's Nuno Mendes' reality. Big performances for Portugal in recent games too. Throw it back to the Nations League when he was on fire in the semi-finals and finals. Goals in both games against Germany and Spain. In the final, he locked down Spain's biggest wing threat, Lamine Yamal. He was even pulling skill moves on him. See guys, the best part with Nuno Mendes is how he's replicating his form with the national team. There's no questioning his ability, but just like it has been for some stars in the team, the big talking point has always been if those guys could bring that same form into the national team, and that's what Nuno Mendes is doing. Having said all this, the other option at left-back isn't bad either. True, Joao Cancelo does look suspect when it comes to defending in one-on-one situations, but there's no denying his quality on the ball. Portugal's head coach Roberto Martinez now has 2 insane options at left-back. If these 2 still don't make his cut, he can go for the very dynamic Nuno Tavares. Heck, it's looking like an even bigger mix than we thought. It's a different mix in the right-back slot. Less glamorous, but the names there can be just as effective. Diogo Dalot, Nelson Semedo, Toti Gomez, heck, Matheus Nunes can even play there as a makeshift option. But where the real magic is for Portugal is in midfield. The depth in this position? Insane! Roberto Martinez has got different players with similar and yet unique skill sets. Need a game-changing midfielder? That's where Vitinha comes in. A workhorse with quality. On the ball, Vitinha is one of the cleanest distributors in the game right now. Yes, it was low-quality opposition against Armenia, but even with that, he had a 95% passing accuracy, completed 12 passes into the final third. All 8 of his long balls were accurate, and he still topped this by winning 4 out of his 5 duels. Just like his PSG teammate, Nuno Mendes Vitinha is also an outside contender for the Ballon d'Or. Seems like it's a PSG thing for Roberto Martinez and his midfield-based duo. He played Joao Vitinha alongside another PSG star in Joao Neves, and the outcome was a masterclass in midfield. In the 90 minutes he played against Armenia, Joao Neves was just as good with the ball. He had a 96% passing accuracy, a 100% success rate with his dribbles, and won 5 out of his 6 duels. Look beyond this into what he's been over the last 12 months, and it's mind-blowing. Get this, at 20 years old, last season, Joao Neves was the only midfielder in Europe's top 5 leagues to rank in the 95th percentile for both key passes and dual win rates. He ranked in the 97th percentile for forward passes completed, the 96th percentile for duels won, and the 95th percentile for key passes. So what does all of this mean? They aren't just stats. They're indicators of the fact that when Joao Neves is just as much quality on the ball as he works hard off it to win it, either by pressing or his tackling. Somehow, these two are still just the beginning, because in the same position, Portugal also has Bruno Fernandes, the Manchester United captain, doesn't need any introduction. He's quality on the ball, there's no question. But it's how underrated he is off that makes looking at him as part of the collective for this Portugal team even more appealing. For context, he's created the most big chances in the Premier League this season with 12. At the same time, he's also won possession more than any other player in the league, doing it 24 times. Add this to the streak he's been on with Portugal. He's got 16 goal contributions in his last 13 games for Portugal. Wicked. Bruno Fernandes brings goals and assists, as well as a work rate and the mentality to win. Talking about winners in the team, in midfield specifically, and it doesn't get any better than Bernardo Silva. His form may have dipped with Manchester City in recent months, but again, he's still very much the same quality. He's a magician on the ball, a player who can't be defined by stats. He controls games by picking up pockets in the opposition's half that they can't spot. His close control is sometimes insane, and when it comes down to it, he's capable of bagging a goal contribution too. These are the technicians in midfield, the ones who control the game. But still in midfield, Roberto Martinez can switch things up if he wants to. The same way he's got an abundance of ball-controlling midfielders, he's also got an abundance of midfielders who specialize in winning the ball. Take Joao Palhinha on loan from Bayern at Spurs as an example. He didn't feature in the Premier League in the 2024/25 season after completing a permanent move to Fulham, but is still the midfielder with the most tackles in the league across the last 3 seasons. Players like Ruben Neves and Chelsea's new signing, Dario Esugo, both add to this position. Both are excellent ball winners, one experienced and the other full of promise. The point is, whichever duo or trio Roberto Martinez picks in midfield is top, but it's even better knowing that they have quality options on the bench as well. In the attack, there are ballers in this team, speedsters like Pedro Neto, dribblers like Rafael Leao, and the emerging Giovanni Quenda, Francisco Conceição, Gonçalo Guedes and Francisco Trincao add depth to the position, but the position is always going to be dominated by one man, Cristiano Ronaldo. At 40, he's still going strong. He'll be 41 next summer, and in the same light, Ronaldo will also know that it's now or never, especially with the critics on his back. The questions haven't disappeared. Even with the brace, there's still talk about whether he's the right man to lead Portugal in next year's World Cup. The verdict? His manager knows. That's the deal. Even at 40, Ronaldo's still got the same hunger he's had from when he was just starting his career. The drive to be the best every day. Roberto Martinez talked about how Ronaldo sets the example for the younger players in the team, how he's either taking advantage of nutrition or still being the last to leave. A big game player with over 200 international appearances. The most goals by an active player in the game's history. Say what you want about Ronaldo, but one thing is clear, he's not slowing down. He's not going to stop scoring goals, and that's what Portugal needs. Now is the final chance. At 40, Ronaldo is the oldest in the team, but some of the players in the squad are peak in an age perspective. The likes of Bruno Fernandes, Joao Cancelo, and Bernardo Silva are all in their 30s. Players like Joao Neves, Rafael Leao, Vitinha, and Ruben Dias are either all nearing or about to enter what could be considered the prime ages in their careers. For players like Joao Neves, Nuno Mendes, Gonçalo Ramos, Gonçalo Inácio, and even Giovanni Quenda, all under 25, it's the perfect chance to learn from these experienced pros. This just might be Portugal's golden generation. We're talking about a team that before 2016 had no international trophies, and in the last 9 years has won 3. The Euros in 2016, the inaugural Nations League in 2019, and the Nations League again this year. This team knows how to win. It's now a question of being able to do it on the biggest stage. It doesn't get any bigger than the World Cup. But if there's one team that has shown the ability to survive international competitions in recent years, it's Portugal. Plus, it plays into their hands too. Portugal will always be in the conversation of countries that can win the World Cup, but they're not favourites. So how does this play into their hands then? For starters, it's slightly less pressure, but it's also how they perform. They weren't favourites when they won the Euros in 2016. In fact, they barely made it out of the group stage, only getting to the knockouts after finishing as one of the third best losers. In 2019, they were the outside favourites to win the Nations League and went all the way. After the disappointment of Euro 2024, everyone expected them to get knocked out by Germany in the semis of the Nations League in June this year. They won. That expectation grew even bigger in the final against Spain. They dug deep to win. The point is, Portugal always seems to perform when they're not really expected to, but now they'll have a psychological reason as well. At 41, even Ronaldo knows there's no beating this one. This is going to be his last dance, the last chance for him to win the World Cup with Portugal. It's the one thing missing from what is an already sensational career. We saw what Argentina did with Messi in 2022, how they became a unit and built a team that could carry Messi's biggest strengths and want to win for him. If Portugal does the same, then there's every reason to believe this could be the year that they finally win. Go all the way. And there's the other emotional reason as well. He's been a constant with the national team since 2019. Losing Diogo Jota just weeks after he won the Nations League in June was a big blow to this team. Now, they'll want to do it to honour his legacy. The squad is complete. They've got good depth in every position. They've got experienced players who know how to win at both club and country level. Add this to the last chance to the GOAT, and Portugal knows 2026 just has to be the year. But what do you guys think? Can Portugal go all the way, or will Ronaldo's dream of winning the World Cup be too much for this team? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Matchday Moments as well.